准备好了吗？那帮我们录，要录干嘛？昏倒了，那就放这广告去吧。有人昏倒了，对，太紧张了。没关系，学生会处理啦。好，我们请所有在场的老师给学生一点鼓励。我们欢迎第3组。
My father opened up a cafeteria a few years ago. Needless to say, many workers who are from Southeast Asia coming to have their meals frequently. They usually wear earphones and make phone calls to their family overseas. They use their mother tongue when they are talking on the phone. Interestingly, my father picked up some simple words or phrases when listening to their speaking, such as "Dari makasih." By using their language to communicate with them, it provides us a warm feeling, and thus make those workers feel our hospitality. I'm greatly convinced that there is no boundary when it comes to kindness.
And how do we make a link to those workers with envy? This is the issue that we want to discuss. We can put it into 3 dimensions to make a bridge between each other. First, to solve the problems about our unfriendly attitudes toward them. Second, to get rid of the egocentrism. Third, to learn what media literacy really is.
Before we are going to talk about the attitude, I want to share an experience of my own with you. I once went to a store which was famous for its braised pork on rice. Lo ba peng, braised pork on rice. Okay. Anyway, to enjoy my meal, the boss lady served my meal with a warm and friendly smile. But in the middle of my lunch, there entered a worker who was obviously from Southeast Asia. And I find a subtle change of the boss lady, for she expressed her impatience with her own course to the new customer. Strangely to speak, I thought the purpose of opening a vendor is to make money. And the boss lady should have been amiable to every customer. Therefore, I came to a conclusion. Even in the financial terms, some people still couldn't maintain their equally friendly attitude towards everyone. Thus, the problem about attitude lies in our mind, whether we are willing to be friendly to whoever from different nationality or not. Okay.
Okay, the second problem is the egocentrism. Basically, it grows out of the ethnocentrism, which means a person only cares about himself or herself, including the behaviors, thoughts, and concepts. If a person with this kind of a characteristic, and he or she regards this as being rational, logical, or even judges, evaluates others with this kind of characteristic, it will lead to a long-term contentions, even wars among races. At this point of view, I would like to take the white man's burden, 白人的负担, as a typical example. And what should we do? We need to be empathy. And as the proverb goes, all men are created equal.
Back to 1989, since the government of the Republic of China introduced foreign workers, especially from Southeast Asia, they came to Taiwan in order to have a better life. To be candid, that did bring some problems about crimes, but those crimes just took a small part of the whole criminal numbers. The Taiwanese mass media overemphasized and magnified the problem. Even some of the news were inaccurate. At that time, some Taiwanese were also far from be familiar with the new cultures from Southeast Asia. For example, if the foreign worker stole something, the reporter would say it was one of their bad traits or bad habits, for they are from Southeast Asia, where is a tourist home to pirate origin.
And it was so called once been stigmatization, 污名化. Okay, before we have our conclusion, we want to show some things to you.
For those who think it is a cup at first sight, please raise your hand. Okay. Who think it is two people looking at each other?
Wow, really?
Thank you. Actually, the different answers were gotten from how you look at a thing or think of a thing in different perspectives. Let me explain it. If the background color is black, and you will got a cup as your answer. However, if the color changes to white, and you will got it, you will see two people looking at each other. And this is so-called to think in another way. What's more, think in another way are divided to two definitions, the narrow definitions and the broad one. In the narrow sense, it is to see or to think of a thing in different perspectives. On the contrary, the broad sense can be compared to the cultural relativism in this diverse society. That is to say, to think in another way is the cultural relativism in sociology.
Okay, I hope you guys have used the line, and line, which is an instant message application. It's also the line we utilize others to connect to each other, and we would like the line to be our slogan. The linking interaction need not have egocentrism. And how to treat the neighbors with Southeast Asia. We don't need the egocentrism. We don't need media. We should learn about the media literacy, and we should look at there's inside and outside. And I hope you guys will bear this in mind. There is no boundary when it comes to kindness, empathy, and hospitality. Okay. And I hope us can let us fly together. Thank you all.